Nama ka tayo spare time.
Good morning, everyone. Struggle is real.
Yeah, about 9 months. So it's $1,000 more.
Ngiting tagumpay.
Whenever he gets over there.
All right, we actually sell the fish though. If anybody's even slightly interested, don't be shy. Come and talk to us. We will ship this stuff anywhere in the United States. Overnight, straight to your doorstep. We'll even fillet it for you.
They're mixing it to get the beer back. So this is still like a pretty
It's the first ever Starbucks. Look at the logo. It looks like okay, ma'am.
Lanjut.
Whoopsie!
Wala niyo sa pagkamekanik ko ni. Ay, right.
Well, syempre, really. Oh, find the dimples now.
9 minutes to Motel.
We just have a few more days up here, right? Like 2 more nights.
Might be able to put a plug in that right now. Put this right back on. Oh my God! Look at that. Oh, it is? I got 2 plugs in. I just put plugs in it, but it's a pretty good size hole.
Yeah.
The first one didn't hold air all the way, so I put another one in. We'll see where it goes.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
With your jack.
Na temporary nga puting cute ta.
Let's go, guys! Atayan, ano tadi ho? Abu na. Steve.
Welcome to Ashford.
Saksi ang langit yun. Saksi ang langit. Thank you, Lord.
Only 15 is behind the room, and the front better, white little better office
Okay.
close. And that's the reason your room.
Love that.
No complaint.
Love that.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah, you sign here, get right here, 22, we move it. 22 double check.
Okay.
You do unlock, I think unlock.
I did not expect it to be this pretty. But there's 2 bedrooms.
Mag 60 tayo, dili na.
Check out her. And this is my husband. Tanaw ba? Tanaw ba?